I kneel before you, Chaos Shout enjoyers. You were right. This game is Kino. Last time, everyone, things finally started happening. Go watch the last video. Yeah, I am. If it keeps up the pace, we're going good. 4 days after Yui's death, we still don't know she's dead. I want an autopsy. The autopsy, the police. I mean, we weren't at the autopsy. That could have been a fake body. All that came to an end, and Yui's body was sent in for cremation. Her soul became thin, pure white smoke, soared up to the heavens. What about Ito? Kurusu and I stood between the trees at the funeral home and watched it rise. Big crematoriums now use filters and stuff, so they only give off clean smoke. Yeah, that's relevant. Say something that didn't matter. Kurusu would only half listen. We've been doing this for a while. Dad was probably in the room where the family waited for the cremation to finish, holding Yuto in his strong arms the whole time. Yamazoe, Serika, Aomori, and Kazuki were probably watching. They couldn't do anything.
不思議ね。あんなに悲しくて涙が止まらなかったのに、今はもう平気なの。お葬式の費用のこととか、お墓をどうしようとか、そんなこと普通に考えてる。私ってきっと白状なんだわ。
Oh wait, those people are nickel and dime you. Even as she spoke, she looked thin and frail from her suffering. The light, gray flame in her eyes. Never seen it look like that before. There's no one else who can do that stuff but you. Dad looks so out of it these days. If they actually go into mourning the loss of a child, not their child, but a child, you know, that would be. I would love to see that too. Going off what I was talking about last episode.
そうかな。
Yeah. Besides, I'd already heard the muffled sobs that came from Kurusu's room late at night. After that, I'd moved back to Alba Dorm from the RV. No, Gen-san was your only hope! Kurusu, Yuto, Yamazoe, and Dad. All of them were shocked and saddened by Yui's death. Hard to leave them too. Couldn't bear the idea of a lonely Alba Dorm, without me or Yui. When I was alone, I found myself remembering Yui. I felt like I was going to go crazy. I wanted to be with someone I could share my sorrows with. It was a better to learn that this was what the family I tried to abandon was for. But, for now, my head was full of thoughts of finding the person who'd done this to you.
Takuru.
Hmm?
葬儀が終わったら少し休むといいわ。あなたひどい顔してる。
Neither do you. You haven't gotten any rest either, right?
だって夜眠れないんだもの。恐ろしい夢ばかり見てしまって。何回も飛び起きて。あのね。
Kurusu tightened her hands into small fists.
一晩だけでいいから。今度タクルの部屋で寝ちゃダメかな。
Yeah, because that's what family members do when you need them. It's not romantic, everyone, okay? Huh? Of course not. Don't make this weird. I wanted to immediately refuse, but she looked so tired, kept telling me that she couldn't sleep by herself. So I had no choice but to silently nod. But nothing was left of Yui but tiny white fragments. These chopsticks to move her to the urn. What? Is that a thing? Only after she lost most of her weight, fit inside the tiny urn, finally obtained a normal death. That was one weight off my shoulders. I didn't want her to stay in that horrible state forever. Yuto was shaking the whole time we'd moved his sister's ashes. Is that a thing that they do? Into the urn. But his eyes were empty. He had nothing. He wasn't screaming or crying. While Yui's classmates and teachers sobbed, he did his work mechanically, trembling hands. When it was done, he turned his empty eyes once more onto what was left of his sister. Yuto. Find out who really did this. I promise you. Said nothing back to me. So we got like what, 3 days until? It said it's been 4 days and it was the 28th. The next one's on the 4th. So I think it's the 1st right now, right? Funeral ended without incident. Uki and Dad took Yuto back home by taxi. Kyuso and I said our goodbyes to Serika, Arimori, and Kazuki, headed for home. We're walking slowly.
Yuto, 大丈夫かな?
He's got you and Dad. More than anything, Yama's always with him all the time. Loss of Yuto's sister had brought back his PTSD, a point where he was just as bad as he'd been after the earthquake. Mostly lost the ability to speak. He was extremely afraid of the dark. Sometimes he would go into convulsions. He'd been given special permission to leave the house to attend Yui's funeral. Normally, he wasn't even allowed to sleep in his room. Dad had decided to put him up in a room in Alba Clinic. Strange how it worked out, huh? It was Yamazoi Uki, of all people, who was doing everything she could to take care of him. But I guess that's what she, she did for several years. But like the reason we'd saved her and brought her back to Alba Dorm was so that she, Yui's old friend, take care of him in his hour of need. When I told her that, Kurusu looked sad. Just a coincidence.
あのね、タクル。そのウキちゃんのことだけど。
Huh?
よかったらでいいんだけどね。そろそろ名前で呼んであげてくれないかな。
Huh? Felt that pain in the depths of my chest again. Around 6 months ago, switched from calling her No-No to Kurusu. Looking back, the reason was so stupid that just thinking about it made. Part of me was stubborn, part of me felt just a little too embarrassed. I'd missed the chance to switch back. Does the font look weird to you there? Is that just me? Maybe that's just me. I knew that sometimes it made Kurusu sad. I don't mind. Would it bother Yamazoi?
実はウキちゃんがね、そう言ってたの。みんなに名前で呼んでもらって嬉しいって。なんだか。
Oh.
でも、ウキちゃんには家族みたいじゃなくて、本当の家族になってほしいなって、そう思うから。
Oh, we got the Yui replacement! I'm sorry, that's important. Oh, she's not dead. Come on, we all know she's not dead.
ね。
Kurusu smiled, probably for the first time today. Alright, you want me to call you Uki, not Yamazoi, right? I can do that.
ありがとう。彼女にも言っておくわ。タクルのこと名前で呼んでいいって。
Yeah. Oh, and then... Then Can I start calling you No-No again? Says I was about to ask you that.
宮代くん、クルスさん
Shinjo?
はい。
We sent this... Oh, did we? Oh, you can't replay it. Or enter?
はい。
Oh yeah, Dogger is there. We heard a voice and turned around. Shinjo-san was standing there. Must have felt responsible for what happened. There's no sign of his usual vitality. Mostly stared at the ground.
すまない。葬儀に出ようと思ってたんだが、間に合わなかったみたいだね。
そんな、気を使わなくていいですよ。お仕事相変わらず忙しいんでしょ？
今日は病院での検査に思ったより時間がかかってしまって。
Examination?
伊藤君のだよ。
Silence that had developed between Kurusu and I shattered in an instant. He's woken up?
合わせてください。お願いします。
And Shinjo-san shook his head.
いや、依然昏睡状態のままだ。
Yeah, figured.
そうですか。
でも脳の検査結果は予想通りだったよ。
Big brain? Swelling?
ああ、大脳新皮質が異常に大きくなっている。久野里さんの見立てだと、これまでに見たどんな患者よりひどいそうだ。それだけ長期間にわたって、しかも強力な思考誘導を受けていたんだろうと久野里さんは言っている。
How was he really behind all of them? Then he's innocent, right? Didn't want to think that my best friend had killed Yui of his own free will. Wanted to believe that he was someone else's puppet, like Kurusu had said.
君たちの言うように彼の後ろには誰かがいるはずだ。少なくとも俺はそう思う。
Who is it then? Like, okay, look, obviously the teacher's evil, right? But if he's like the big bad mastermind, I'll be disappointed in that. Because he has no presence at all in the story. Like, Haku's dad, like, I'd be disappointed if he's evil, but like, he's the best, well, besides Serika. He's probably like the most fitting character to do it. There's some hesitation in his voice.
ただ実行犯が伊藤君であることに変わりはない。君たちや俺や久野里さんなら思考誘導がいかに強力なものか理解できるし、伊藤君には罪がないと言い切れるが。
Yeah, but like, you know, the court system doesn't really care about that.
他の捜査員や検察、それに裁判所はそうはいかない。無論。もちろん、クルスさんの証言をもとに、彼が洗脳のようなものを受けていたという線で捜査を進めているが、捜査員はみんな混乱してしまっている。とにかく不可解な点が多い上に、裏付けすら取りようのないことばかりだ。すべてが常識の範疇を超えている。かといって、ギガロマニアックスだの、超能力だの、そんな話をするわけにもいかないだろう。
You're bringing a high school girl into crime scenes, why can't you? Shinjo-san bit his lip.
そのせいもあって、今の捜査方針に疑問を抱き始めている連中が増えてきた。伊藤君に不利な証拠もいろいろと出てきてしまっていてね。
What do you mean?
例えば、なくしたはずの君のスマホから伊藤君のスマホに脅迫まがいの無言電話が。
He changed the number. Tell me that's true. Please let me be right. Let me be right. Yes? Huh? Wait, was that Ito? But how?
単純なトリックだった。彼のスマホに偽の着信と電話番号を表示するアプリがインストールしてあって、宮代くんの名前と電話番号が登録されていたよ。
Like, that seems a little unnecessary and complicated. Just change the name of a, like, oh. It's that easy. Oh! That was it. Why didn't I realize that? Known there's a freeware app that could do that. Remember hearing how you're supposed to use it to end conversations with people you didn't want to talk to, or get out of a meeting.
あと、彼のパソコンから妙なチャットの履歴が見つかってね。
What, was he playing ESO too? Chat logs?
君たち、エド・ルーカスって名前に聞き覚えはないか？
But hold on, I'm gonna write that down. So, like, maybe in a different route or something. You know, they'll come up. Ed Lucas equals Ito. Because there's other names in there, like Amy, is it Amy Chan? Something. Yeah.
エド・ルーカス。
Apologies for being late. So Amy Chan is the mastermind, is it safe to say? Why Ed Lucas? There's no sign they know my identity. Close enough to kill Taku at any time. He was right. Who's that? Both Kurusu and I look confused. Neither of us had heard that name before.
それじゃあ、アミーちゃんは？
That's what they thought Uki was, right?
あ、それなら。
It's the urban legend. That was the character I'd snuck into AH Tokyo General Hospital to find when I was a kid.
いや、そのアミーちゃんじゃない。伊藤君のパソコンを調べたら、そういうハンドルネームの2人が頻繁にチャットを行っていたんだ。エド・ルーカスというのが伊藤君だ。チャットの内容は一連の殺人や宮代君を監視しているような内容ばかり。犯行動機として十分すぎるくらいのね。
It's nice to see those actually brought up. Because we've been seeing them like at the end of every chapter, you know?
そんな。
We can find who he is chatting with. That's a clue. Shinjo-san balled his hands into a fist.
もちろん、サイバー犯罪対策課に調べさせたよ。その結果、アミーちゃんは存在しなかった。
What does that mean? Huh?
どういうことですか？
アミーちゃんの正体も伊藤君だったんだ。彼は一人でチャットもどきをしていた。
Zero chance. So, does this mean we should assume that the mastermind is a woman then, given we're going by Amy-chan? Which, that's not like concrete or anything, but I had an idea. I don't like this idea. I would be mad if it's true. Right? But like Kazuki? I mean, no, it's not Kazuki. Right? Like, what female character could be the mastermind and it would actually like feel fulfilling, right? Like, it wouldn't be fulfilling if it was Serika, even if she's not real. Senri, she hasn't shown up, so it wouldn't be. Kunosato would work, but like, I don't think that's the case. That's impossible.
どうして。
これは久野里さんの説だが、伊藤君の心は長期にわたる思考誘導のせいですでに壊れていたんじゃないかと。
It's gonna be hard to save him in the true ending, but we're gonna do it.
だが法廷で思考誘導という能力の存在が認められない以上、非常にまずい証拠になる。犯人しか知り得ない情報が含まれているんだ。
A new rage was building up within me. Whoever did that to you, it also put Ito's mind under so much stress that it would check. Dang it all! Pardon my French. I hit a small rock at my feet. The rock collided with a nearby wall and split in two. Shinjo-san, what's gonna happen to Ito at this rate? I mean, legally.
まだわからない。未成年とはいえ、事件が事件だけに。
That'll change to the real killer's count, right? We could lessen the charges then.
ダメだ。君は自分の身を守ることだけ考えろ。犯人なら俺が探す。
Sorry, I'm the main character, Shinjo. Shinjo-san must have realized what I was trying to say, because he cut me off. Find him? What are you even gonna start Where are you even gonna start looking? Even if you do find the killer, what can you do against a Gigolomania? You haven't been able to do anything so far. That's why Yui and Ito wasn't fair. Knew it wasn't fair to him. I was so frustrated and angry that I couldn't stop myself.
タクル。
Ah.
新庄さんは一生懸命やってくれてる。責めるのは違うわ。
I looked at Shinjo-san's face, then looked away. With the same pained look on his face that we'd had a moment ago. Sorry, I didn't mean...
いや、君の言う通りだ。俺は君たちにどう謝罪していいのか、未だにわからない。けれど、頼むから、命を危険にさらすような真似はしないでくれ。特に宮代君、11月4日に何かしようと考えているのなら。
11月4日
Oh no! Why do you tell him? The day of the last New Gen Madness incident. That means the killer will do something on that day. Shinjo-san's expression became even more pained.
だから、宮代君。ダメか。
He must have seen how strong my resolve was, because he turned towards Kurusu.
クルスさん。
はい。
どうやら俺から頼んでも無駄らしい。宮代君がおかしなことをしないよう見張っててくれないか。俺はこれ以上犠牲者を出したくない。
Kurusu quietly nodded.
わかりました。11月4日が過ぎるまで、タクルには危険なことをさせないよう注意しておきます。
Actually, we're partners in crime, right? No. Kurusu? Something seemed strange about what she said, so I turned to look. She'd already bowed to Shinjo-san, started walking towards Alba dorm. No. Minor discretion? Well, Tokyo passed it banning depictions of sex between non-existent youths in anime and manga, right? The minor indiscretion? Like 5 or 6 years ago? Did that happen? Better than... do I need to be reading this? Oh, okay, it's about latest victim chopped up put into tiny boxes. Too much even for me. Little Yui, underage girl. An XXX skater. Yeah. Looking really for... What do you call the names on... There's a special name for it when they have like a username kind of thing. Oh, I thought there's more. I didn't even look at the end. Screw you guys! Pardon my French. I'll have to go back and look at that. I had to stop myself from smashing the newspaper club's computer monitor. Came very close to depriving Kazuki for means of playing ESO2. Anything. That's how you get her to be the mastermind. Sarika, Kazuki, and Aramori are watching me in shock from a corner of the room. Minor indiscretion? Frick you! Jerks! Yui died so gosh darn horribly, pardon my French. What the frick are all you random jerks doing? Ganging up on her with what might as well be a second rape. Wait, was she raped the first time? Frick all of you, pardon my French.
Taku? 大丈夫?
Huh? Sarika's worried voice brought me back to reality. My hands were red from when I slammed them on the desk, and they stung. They might swell up soon. Sorry, everyone. Glanced one last time at the Ant Channel comment, then closed the browser.
だから今朝警告したんですよ。アットチャンネルはしばらく見ない方がいいって。
That just makes me want to look even more. Looking for information on the internet, couldn't help myself. Should never have looked at that nest of self-proclaimed right-siders. They're nothing but idiots being cleverly manipulated by paid professionals. I guess I used to be too. I've been one of them, at least up until Revolving Dead. But as I started to become a part of the murders, I realized how irresponsible and insensitive the information disseminated on the internet was. How awful the reality was. Karma. Once been proud of my status as a right-sider, and the whole thing felt like a punishment.
もう見ちゃったんなら言っときますけどね。伊藤先輩の個人情報も出ちゃってますよ。連続殺人犯かどうかって話になってます。
Maybe he'll get calls from girls that will demean him. He loves that kind of stuff. It's only a few days ago that they're all convinced it was Mina Misawa sent. Strona picked up the map we'd pulled off the wall, put it back up on the board.
タク?
We're opening the case back up!
どうするんです?
Gonna look at all the information we found so far, make sure we didn't miss anything. There might be a clue to the real killer. Whoever did that to Yui wasn't letting them get away. I'd find them and then I'd...
それなら、クルス先輩も呼んできましょうか?
No, she said she wanted to focus on helping the student council. She just wants to keep busy no matter what. Otherwise, she remembers what happens to Yui.
そうですか.
For some reason, Arimori looks suspicious for... He better not hang up a picture of Yui's death. Like, you know, they put a picture up of all the murders. Take a while for me to figure out what her expression meant. At the time, I didn't really think anything of it. But she's... sad? Like, she looks suspicious? Oh, is Kusu lying about something? That Yui's not actually dead! Thank you! Wasn't personally involved in the first incident. Don't look for the second audio bleed, so we can come back to those later. Start with the third case, Revolving Dead.
私と初めて会ったのもこの時でしたね.
Yep. I was wondering if there's anything we missed there. There's something we haven't talked about because we didn't think it was that important. Remember what it was, Onoe?
何?
What haven't we discussed? Talking? Well, we've discussed that. The locked door suddenly opened? We already know it's my power that opened the locked door, right? That's not an issue at all anymore. Think again. Really? I mean, I don't know which of these two is true. This doesn't stop us with the uniforms in Love Hotel. Be a hidden camera in Love Hotel that shows killer. I feel like that'd be a big detail, so it's gotta be this one, right? You and I were walking through the Love Hotel in our school uniforms. Normally, the policeman would have stopped us or taken us in, right?
確かにそうですね.
Now that I don't know I had fooled him by pretending we were a couple, doesn't make any sense now that I think about it. Akio uniforms stand out. No way a policeman wouldn't notice. But we were ignored. Time it felt strange.
タクは考えすぎだと思うけど.
Thinking back, the officer was probably being mind controlled by the killer. What?
思考誘導? 何のためにです?
To lead us to the murder scene where Arimoya was. I mean, I guess
なぜそんな必要が
since, you know, Ito was mind controlled to try to kill Takuya, that's not out of the question. Hey, don't know yet. Let's come back to it. The old killer wanted Takuya to see murder scene. The goal was to show me a brutal murder scene and lead me to Arimoya. Then why? Next was the murder of Watabe. Because there is something interesting, like, noteworthy. We don't really know what it is yet about Takuya as a child. Something with psychic powers, or, you know, maybe he did a math equation like fun equals whatever. I don't know. There's something else that seems strange here. I didn't think of it at the time. Doesn't make sense looking back.
おかしいって何が
Watabe was a famous journalist. Compared to him, well, say it, we're not famous at all. Just a high school newspaper club. Watabe wanted to interview.
それって宮代先輩たちの方が力士シールについての情報が早くて、でネットでパクリだって騒がれた渡部さんが慌ててごまかしに来たんじゃないんですか？そうだったよね。
See? It doesn't make sense.
なんで？
Neither of you are heavy internet users, right?
ええ、まあ。
Where's he going with this?
普通かな。
And even the two of you thought he was trying to distract the internet from his plagiarism. In other words, doing the interview with us would have made it obvious what he was after. Just make things worse for his public image. There's nothing in it for him. Oh, okay.
確かに。
Watabe was an internet journalist for a long time. No way he wouldn't have known that. Someone as clever as him was capable of coming up with fresher information fast, changing the subject. The internet was always hungry for new things to talk about. Give them a few big scoops and they'd forget all about it.
じゃあどういうことなのタク？
This is just my idea, but can you mind control a gigalomaniac? That's right. I probably didn't even realize this. I think he was being mind controlled as well. Then on the day of the festival, when everyone was watching, he was killed. I mean, I guess.
宮代先輩、ラブホの件もそうですけど、やっぱり動機がわかりません。犯人は何がしたかったんです？
I guess the brain swelling is proof of the mind control, right? So anyone whose brains, okay, so all of them were mind controlled. And if he did eat the stickers, if they weren't put in there in his stomach, well, there's no signs of like them being surgically added, right? I guess they could have just been delusioned into it. Well, I don't know. Their motive, huh? Arimoya's right. What's the point of making Watabe do that? What's their hidden goal? Alright, I'll think about this a little more. Put a note about Watabe up on the board. By the way, we all know that the sumo stickers found in his body are fakes. Then does that mean the teacher's not actually evil? He was just mind controlled into, you know, setting that up? That guy's definitely evil though, whether he's mind controlled or not.
どうして本物を使わなかったのかな？
Probably because the killers are psychic too. Oh, they didn't want to. Okay. Sumo stickers, aka the 11th horse track, had a terrible effect on the minds of psychics. Using real sumo stickers to kill Watabe would pose a serious risk to them as well. I mean, that narrows down the list of suspects significantly, right? Like, if it's a known character, like, and they've seen a sumo sticker, they would have had a reaction to it, right? They couldn't avoid that. Like, I'm trying to think. Has Kazuki ever seen a sticker? I know Serika has. Serika definitely has, and she didn't react. I don't know about Kazuki. Kunosato we know has a sword, so we know she's a psychic. Shinjo? Have you ever seen Shinjo look at one? The killer had their mind affected like Arimura and I did. Might have been frozen at the scene. They wouldn't be able to escape.
確かにあのシールを見ると、タクひどいことになるもんね。
Arimura nodded several times, frowning.
本当に嫌ですよね。あれ、なんていうのか、 悪夢みたいな妄想がどんどん心の中に広がってきて、そのうちそれが妄想なのか現実なのか分かんなくなって。
You said it. Do you remember that night,
あ
Orimoya?
の夜
That night when you and I were attacked by the pyrokinetic Haida Rico. Do we have the day for that? You were there too, right, Onoe? You came to my RV.
のんちゃんの話を聞いてあげてってお願いした時だよね。
Serica set it up.
でも私タクにそれだけ伝えて家に帰っちゃったからな。その後のことは。
See, did you notice anything on your way home?
何かって？
There's suddenly more sumo stickers. Yeah. That kind of just went away fast, didn't it?
確かになんかあっちこっちベタベタ貼ってあったね。
Wanted to go see Kyusu, so I headed to Alba Dorm. There were sumo stickers all over the park and city. They were real stickers. The 11th Rorschach. They almost completely took over my mind. Just thinking about it? Or somebody remember what had happened. She gave a little scream and hugged herself tight.
あの時期はいろんなテレビ番組やネットで力士シールが話題になってたんですよ。そのせいでどんな恐ろしいものか知らないバカな連中が面白がって貼りまくってたんです。迷惑な話です。
Or one of the culprit put them up. Now when I think about it, I don't think you can blame the internet or TV.
どういうこと？
Kazuki's acting like she's involved. She knows what's going on at all. Face the rest of the group. Chose my next words carefully as I try to figure this out for myself. Whenever a story about sumo stickers showed up on the internet or TV, I'd always go look at it. All the stickers on the news were fakes. Very few of them were the actual 11th Rorschach. Which means that if they're just copying what they saw on TV, they wouldn't know what the real design looked like. They could make a million stickers and it wouldn't bother us, right?
じゃあどうしてあの夜は？
Probably the real killer. Put the real stickers up, knowing the effect it would have. Their goal is probably to lead us to the pyrokinetic. Kept running from the stickers that night.
着いた先にあのハイダリコって人が現れた。なるほど。
In other words, the killer led us right to where Haida Riko was waiting. Haida Riko attacked us.
でも考えてみるとあの人も伊藤先輩と同じだったんですね。思考を操られて犯人役をやらされただけ。
Wait, do you think in the true ending, like Takyu could just use his sword on Ito and it would snap him out of the mind control?
かわいそうだね。
Yeah, the real killer manipulated us into thinking she was Senri. Killer even went through the trouble of preparing fake evidence. Evidence, huh? The reason we completely believed she was Senri was the ID card. Which I don't remember. Senri's ID card that completely fooled us.
なんで彼女があのカードを持ってたんでしょうね。
No idea. It's a complete mystery. Where did Riko get it?
思うんですけど、やっぱり本物の南沢千里が生きててハイダリコに罪をかぶせようとしたんじゃ。
Plausible. Ryusu kept saying that's impossible.
クルス先輩は南沢千里をかばってるだけだと思います。
Hey, that's
下手をすれば
far-fetched.
その共犯かもしれませんよ。
Unless No knows mind control too. Hey, there's some things you just shouldn't say. Almost screamed at Arimura. You're trying to tell me that Ryusu worked with the killer to do that to Yui? Kazuki grabbed my shirt and stopped me. Yeah. She shook her head as if telling me to calm down.
タク、怒鳴らないで。怖いよ。
Oh, sorry, Arimura. Owe you an apology.
いえ、こっちこそ軽はずみでした。
You see, Serica right now is on the right side of the screen. That's symbolism. Because that's where the D sword shows up.
でも宮代先輩、疑うのであれば全てを疑ってみるべきです。以前クルス先輩が私の前で嘘をついたの覚えてますよね。
I feel like saying that when the killer is on the screen would be like a gigantic foreshadowing. Who is it? Is it Kazuki or Serika? It can't be Arimura. She's best girl. It's one of them. It's one of these two. One of them is the mastermind. Think about it. The mastermind in Chaos Head 1. Well, Chaos Head played ESO 1. Chaos Head 2, Chaos Child, they play ESO 2. Coincidence? MMOs turn you into evil serial killers working for the Illuminati. She was right. Kirisuda insisted that Senri was dead. She hadn't actually seen her die.
もちろん私やセリ、花も例外じゃないですよ。
That means I can't trust anybody.
伊藤先輩の事件を考えれば、そのくらい用心した方がいい。
I trust Arimura though.
私、結構好きだったんですよ。
Wait,
伊
what?
藤先輩
No!
もちろんラブとかじゃないですけど、あんなに言葉がまっすぐで裏表がなくて。
Don't say anything nice about other guys except me, Arimura. Love me, look
た
at
とえ嘘を
me.
ついてもバレバレで、その嘘だって誰かを傷つけるような悪い嘘じゃなかったし、すごくいい人だなって感じてました。だから
I wonder if they're gonna bring up that her power didn't work on him for serial killing stuff.
だから今初めて思ってます。自分の能力をもっとちゃんと使えばよかったって。
Arimura.
ひなちゃん。
これまで私ずっと後悔してたんです。こんな能力が欲しいなんて思ってしまったこと。結局人の言葉の裏表なんて知らない方が幸せだったから。でも今はもっと後悔してます。私が能力をちゃんと生かしていれば、多
Wait,
分伊藤先輩の言葉がどこかおかしいことに気づくことができたはずです。そうしたらゆいさんだってあんなことには。
does that mean her powers worked on Ito the whole time? Because I swore, I remember there's a line a few chapters ago when I was kind of talking about Ito being evil. I was like, oh, Arimura is right there. If he was evil, she would have picked up on that. So he must be a good guy. So maybe Ito was like, oh, I'm not the killer, by the way. And Arimura's power went off, and she's like, oh, he's lying. Anyway, I mean, Arimura had such a sad look in her eyes. It's not your fault. Sighed a little and moved away from the map. Lunchtime's almost over. It's enough. And we're shutting down the club for a while. Wakui told us that we had to, so we don't need to come here after school.
そっか。
仕方ないですね。
Oh, but Kazuki can come and play ESO 2 if she wants. I'll leave the door unlocked. Forced myself to smile, but Kazuki softly lowered her eyes as if to say no. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. We're out of saves. But a good journey, everyone. We're gonna have to start overwriting saves. Or we could just stop there. Your pick. No, I'll just have to go. Goodbye, digital native. Chapter 1 was short. 2 videos, really? Oh no, that. Okay, never mind. Chapter 1 was long. Okay, I will see you guys next time for some more Chaos Child. Bye.